problem. When I left New York, I went to Washington, D.C. and finished out. I got there and got prepared for college, but college wasn't working out for me. And so I got a job. I decided I was going to go into, I left here thinking I was going to be a businessman. I wanted to get a business degree, and I used to buy the Wall Street Journal and act like I knew what I was doing and read and all that stuff. When I got down to Maryland, I got into computers. Got to a course that taught me how to program. And one of the things you would realize, it's easy to do it here in New York and in Washington, is that you can move very quickly in a particular niche, in a particular genre of employment, and don't really need a degree if you know what you're doing. And so I got me all this experience doing computers, and I decided I was going to go back and start over again and go. I was doing very well doing shipping and receiving, and then I ended up going back into computers, and I ended up getting a job on Capitol Hill. I was walking around the capital of the United States of America, and I had to go and put computer systems into the offices of the congressmen. Matter of fact, it was such a wonderful experience that I would be able to fly to their home offices in their districts and put computer systems in there. So I was flying around North America, putting in systems for the congressmen and going up at Capitol Hill. Matter of fact, one day we got up and we got word that we needed to go to the Capitol building itself, to the Speaker's office, and fix their computer system. And while we were there, we got locked in because Gorbachev was coming to speak to the Congress, and we couldn't leave. So we ended up being in the building when Gorbachev was coming in, and we saw all the senators and the congressmen came together. It was quite exciting, to me. This Trinidadian got caught up in the Capitol, and it was interesting. It was interesting. I got to shake President Clinton's hand at one time, being there in the Capitol. He was leaving the Capitol, and we were coming out at the same time after fixing somebody's computer, and we would be there in the line shaking hands just like everybody else. It had its privileges. But it was also a tedious job because we would not only have to put systems in, we would also have to train them on how to use the system. And so they would call us whenever there was a problem. My computer is not working. And so we would have to trudge over to the office, and we would have to troubleshoot the office. So this particular time we got a call. I went and I was looking, trying to figure out why this computer would not turn on. They said it worked last night, but it wasn't working this morning. And so we looked, we tried, we looked at the plugs in the back. We looked at the connection where the internet came in, and where the printer was connected to check. The computer just wouldn't turn on. Everything was plugged in, but the computer would not turn on. Then I happened to look down on the floor where the computer was plugged into the power strip and realized the power strip wasn't turned on. And so, after spending 5 to 10 minutes trying to figure it out, all it was, click, the computer came on up. And they were so excited. They said, "Thank you." And we got to talking. But I came by to share with you today that sometimes problems in our lives simply have a simple solution. Yes. The purpose of this sermon and the meaning of this text is to help us to discover that solutions to problems in the new millennium and the implementation of these methodologies will come from simple people in simple places, in simple situations. Author D. Trueblood, a member of the Quaker religion, in his book writes that the biggest disappointment of the 20th century, and I should even say the 21st century, has been the fact that technological advances and scientific discoveries, as well as economic and political breakthroughs, have failed to make us happier, healthier, more wholesome society. True Blood writes that as technology has advanced, morality has declined. As industry has skyrocketed, ethics and values have nosedived. As economics have enjoyed a period of relative peace from military confrontation, spiritual war has been engaged. Yes. No doubt there is a crisis at hand. We cannot continue on this course. We live in a society that is unraveling. Another author said in their book, calling this day a day, we live in a chaotic time. We live in a world going seriously awry and amok. There exists in this land an ironic contrast between want and plenty. There is a widening gap between the haves and the have-nots, and the have-nots and the have even less. We live in a nation of great economic disparity. Less than 10% of this nation's population controls the wealth of the land, while the remaining 90% has little or no demonstration of any wealth. Get this. Ill-tempered, bad-mannered, cross-dressing, gun-toting, neck-grabbing, spitting athletes make millions of dollars, while teachers and doctors can barely make ends meet. And preachers are criticized for cars they drive and the clothes they wear. Why? Why is that the Temptations, the Miracles, the Supremes, the Four Tops, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, and Martha and the Vandells sang the same songs in the same town on the same record label, yet rappers like Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G. could not get along without killing one another, with one living on the East Coast and the other on the West Coast? We are losing our children and our young people. Children are dying before they really have a chance to even live.